Second one by Zavonimir. No good. Kaluma with a rebound. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Johnson at the logo fires a three. No good at the horn. Arkansas wins. The Razorbacks win it. 86-81 in overtime. A hard-earned victory over the Texas Longhorns and a season sweep of the Burnt Orange.
These kids have been resilient all year. Obviously, we fought some adversity throughout the year. We had some this week with Adu not playing tonight. These kids just battled and played their hearts out, and it was great to see those guys get rewarded for it.
This is The Morning Rush.
Everybody wave goodbye to Texas as they went back to Austin last night. 0-2 on the season series. They want to play Arkansas again in Nashville. That's fine. Probably beat them again. Arkansas Razorbacks get an overtime victory last night. 86-81 the final, as you heard Chuck say. Very enjoyable. Trey Johnson went off. Got to give that kid credit. He played his heart out last night. But at the end of the day, your team came up big. People like me continue to doubt this team, and they are continuously proven wrong over and over and over again. I didn't definitively say they're going to lose yesterday, but I was very iffy about the probability of them winning. Wasn't as definitive as I was this past Friday.
Be honest, Razorbacks tried to give it away. They tried their best to wrap it up, put a bow on it, and let Texas have it. But in the end, Texas played hot potato a little bit with it, and the Razorbacks
You kind of got some orange on. Is that orange? Is that what that is?
It's red. Not Razorback red.
It looks more orange than. I don't
match
mind
my
the shirt.
name.
I might. It's just a little too orange this morning.
It looks almost burnt orange.
You can do better.
Not even close to burnt orange, guys. I don't know what you're looking at, but
Well, if you're watching our live stream, tell us what you think of Tommy's look this morning. I can't really talk. I'm wearing blue and purple this morning.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing red, but I
love
just
Miss.
saw that.
Yeah. But
it
hey,
kind of stood out to me.
A win is a win is a win is a win is a win, and the Hogs now find themselves with a light at the end of the tunnel that may not be a train, may not be the train that says NIT running down the side of it. With a win last night over and a good season sweep. So if you're on the bubble and it's a coin toss between Arkansas and Texas, you win, right? I don't care what their brand is. All right, that's where we begin this morning. Glad you are here. We are brought to you by the Fence Man. 782-3936 is the number to call Sean and his team, award-winning fence builders in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, Eastern Oklahoma. Pretty much if you're in the sound of our voices this morning, the Fence Man can build you a high-quality fence. Custom designs are never a problem. You got specs that you need met or followed closely, no problem there. Industrial and government jobs, no problem there. They got lots of experience. And the cool thing is they got a catalog of examples of things they built. But, hey, your wife's seen something on Pinterest or Instagram that, hey, I'd like our fence to look like this. No problem. They can do that, too. 782-3936, the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
I couldn't help but think the same thing that Matt from the 501 thought as to what Brian is thinking this morning. Now,
when is the last time we heard from Brian?
He called the Chuck and Bo show about a month ago, and I hung up on him because he still hasn't paid me back or paid up his dues.
Oh, so you're censoring people.
Yes. In the case of him, if you refuse to pay up on a bet you lost fair and square, then I will censor you in this case. But Matt brings it up. What is he thinking this morning? Texas fans,
as they would say in the afternoon, big radio.
Yeah.
Censored big radio.
I don't know what is going to happen.
Their bit.
Yeah, and they claim that our shows steal everything they do, which is funny because they've just stolen the entire scheme from Dan Levitar. But I digress. All right, so I do wonder if you're a Texas fan and Rodney Terry and them keep going the wrong way. I thought about this last night. So you don't have this great dynamic with Arkansas, Texas right now like you've had in the past with dynamic head coaches. What if Texas continues to spiral, Tommy? Muss decides, you know what, I don't really like leaving across the country to coach basketball.
Why do you dream this stuff up? I mean, we had a game last night that Arkansas wins in overtime, and you want to talk about
Well, the
must-leave
first
in
thing
USC?
I just thought that was
A true sicko. Beautiful thought. I love it.
I just thought that would be an
He's home
interesting
in California,
dynamic.
near Mama. He ain't going nowhere.
I just thought that would be an interesting. All right, break the game down for us then, please.
Well, I mean, first of all, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head, and what a performance from Trey Johnson last night. I think if you start anywhere other than his 39 points, I know it was a losing effort in the end, but my gosh, what good basketball you got
True
to see out of him.
True freshman, 5-star kid. I think Lake Highlands, if I remember that right, he dropped, I think, 28 in the first game and then had 39 last night. It wasn't bad. He was 14 of 28. I think he scored all 12 in overtime as well. Arkansas tried different things. They put John L. Davis on him at points. Carter Knox just was not his night defensively. He's played good, but defensively he was just getting kind of cooked last night. But
spread it around in the first half offensively for Arkansas. That you know, you had a lot of people contributing. What do you end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Razorbacks in double-digit scoring last night. Big Z, your leader, with 18 points in the game. But I thought offensively, 7 first-half three-point baskets, and Arkansas ends up, setting the tone. Had a 9-point lead and let that get away from you late in the game. I guess at one point he got to 11, didn't it? Biggest lead was 14 with 10 minutes to go.
yeah.
But had a comfortable lead down the stretch. Texas started getting rebounds. Arkansas had empty possessions. And then in the end, I know you like to bang on referees, but I don't hear any banging on the refs and stripes this morning after the call on the floor that was upgraded to an F1 that more or less sealed the deal for the Razorbacks.
Jonas.
With 7.3 seconds to go in a call that's off ball that, by rule, the tug on the jersey is correct, but you never see that. And trip to the monitor, common foul, upgraded to F1. No more banging that, hey, Arkansas always gets the shaft, always gets screwed on these. Texas got the short end of the stick on that.
All right, let's look at this objectively. For a good chunk of that second half, Arkansas did not get any whistles. They got one at the tail end when DJ went to the rack, put the refs in a situation where they had to make a call. He made one of two, and then that you talk about is right. That was
the biggest moment of the ball game.
Yes.
It was the biggest call for the game. Maybe the biggest call of the season.
Not that I don't love bashing on referees, but for a good 15.
Everybody says you get go on the road, you get screwed. Texas fans may feel that way this morning.
Good.
Call was
you
proper.
got screwed in the Southwest Conference for decades.
Oh my God, you weren't even alive then.
You're fine. You're saying they got a call. Who cares?
But we won't get one single text or call that, hey, Bush, good thing that the whistle went your way last night, because that was a call that tug on the jersey, trying to stop the clock, generally doesn't get upgraded to F1, and it did last night. And would you say that sealed the ball game?
Jonas' clutch free throws sealed the ball game last night.
No. How about the lack of clutch free throws at the end of regulation? Wolf.
Yeah, DJ.
All in all, though, the percentage, 74% for the game? Yeah, 74%. It's not the percentage last night. It's the number. 23 free throws made for Arkansas. 23 of 31. So you want to talk about Arkansas not getting calls? I mean, you're always banging on that, too. Let's talk about that. 23 of 31. Texas, 12 of 13 for the game at the free throw line.
I also think
huge disparity.
But listen, they had 20. We don't have to spend the whole time at rest. They had 26 3-point attempts compared to Arkansas's 17.
And that's the point. You didn't have exactly.
Okay.
You're coming along. You're finally learning some things about basketball. When I teach you, young man, when you have two different styles of defense, two different styles of offense going at each other, you're going to have two different sets of numbers. And that's exactly what played out in the box score last night.
I think what is
when you attack the rim, you're going to go to the free throw line more. When you shoot threes, you're not going to go to the free throw line as much.
Thank you, Professor Kraft. I think what's so intriguing to me about this team is when you think about John Calipari, you think about blue blood, blue chip recruits, guys that use their talent and they overlook some things over the years. Case in point, let's go back to last year, right? They had, I believe, 13 regular season wins. Reed Shepard, Rob Dillingham, DJ was on that team. He was injured a good chunk of it. But you had guys that were NBA guys, like one and dones very easily. That was the best offensive team he has ever had as a college basketball coach. Didn't play a lick of defense last year. That's why they lost first round to Oakland and Greg Campy. But this team, you can make a case, is one of, if not the most blue-collar team he's ever had, in the sense of, like, and I know they scored 86 last night in overtime, and I know they had a really good offensive performance against Missouri, but those are anomalies. Like, this team has to muck it up, get to the free throw line like you're talking about, and win that way. And I was always really impressed with, like, Jordan Walsh and Anthony Black as 5-star guys, because I felt like they played dirty. Not in the sense of, like foul play or anything, but I thought they were rough and tough, blue-collar dudes, even though they had a 5-star next to their recruiting profile. And I think for Carter and Billy, I know 4 or 5, whatever you want to call them, depending on what recruiting service, and for this team, they have taken on an identity that I don't think Cal is necessarily known for over the course of his coaching career, and that's blue-collar. And they certainly weren't last year. They certainly haven't been for the majority of his coaching career, but it's encouraging to see. He's talked about, like, he's had to do different things and do that. Well, I think we're seeing it play out. Now, let's keep in mind, that Texas team is now 1-5, I think, in their last 6 games. It's not a good team. They're going the wrong way. And it is a rivalry game. Emotions are high, and that's great. And you're playing another bad team this weekend. But let's see what they can do here in these next 3 games. Can you get that 3-game winning streak for the first time since December? I mean, you still haven't gotten that. South Carolina, again, got their first SEC win of the season against Texas. Can you string together and not necessarily 100% lock up your NCAA tournament chances this Saturday? But if you win on Saturday in Columbia, I mean, you're about as close as you can get to it. Joe Lenardi right now has you, it's kind of weird how he defines it, but it makes sense, as a last 4 bye. What that means, he's calling the bye that Tuesday and Wednesday, which is the first 4. So you're not going to be, in his mind, you are not going to be playing in a play-in game if the tournament starts today. If you win on Saturday, it's not going to drastically move you up because South Carolina's not any good, but it is kind of interesting to see as Arkansas continues to climb the ladder of bracketology elsewhere.
I had Colton check a minute ago. Arkansas's net did not move based on the win last night. Colton, you said they're still at 40 where they went into the game, so no big movement, and that's where you're at. These averages, these numbers, one game's not going to move you a ton when you're playing an opponent of kind of equal ranking. Yeah. Is that a good way of stating it?
Mm-hmm. And 14th in the SEC, still, Tommy.
Still 14th in the net rate. There's 13 teams.
13 teams still ahead of you. You are only
39 or better.
You are only ahead of Vanderbilt.
Almighty.
You're only ahead of Vanderbilt, Oklahoma. Excuse me, sorry, 12. Okay. 12. Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, LSU, and South Carolina are the teams that you're ahead of. You are 12th in the SEC.
I was trying to do the math. I'm like, yeah,
no, I didn't.
Oklahoma, LSU.
I thought we were the Big Ten and we were frauds with 18 teams.
So where's Texas?
They are still ahead of you. They're at 39. So not much movement.
Well,
yeah.
That's why you didn't move much. But something's wrong. We should be 39.
I was
they should be 40.
That doesn't make any sense. You've got
it's your whole body of work. The head-to-heads don't matter as much.
I know metrics and things, and this is what the NCAA. But it's like, say that one more time, Colton, just to make sure the audience caught it.
Excuse me.
You beat Texas twice.
You beat Texas twice, but they are 39th in the net. You are 40th, so it did not affect.
But
your
they probably
rankings.
didn't lose to OU and LSU. I mean, there's losses along the way. It's your body of work.
Yeah.
So, but that's why you have a committee. So if it comes down, you got 39 and 40, and we're going to make a decision on a seed line or whatever. Well, hey, this team beat this team twice this year. So, I mean, that's where the human eye has to come in to the equation, right? So, all right, before we get to our opening drive, encourage you to download the Hit That Line Now app. It's powered by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay. Try it today at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations, including all of them in Arkansas and Oklahoma and Missouri. Be sure and stop in while supplies last. Contact your local Taco Bell for more details.
Tradition in tournament play, not talk about the next step until you've climbed the one in front of you. I'm sure going to the state finals is beyond your wildest dreams, so let's just keep it right there. Forget about the crowds, the size of the school, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals that we've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, In my book, we're going to be winners.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
Coach Normandale.
Yeah, so you say, Ty, why the heck are you playing a Normandale Hoosiers clip? Well, it's good news that Arkansas swept its regular season series against the Texas Longhorns in basketball. The bad news is Gene Hackman is dead. 95 years old. Police found him and his wife in their home in Santa Fe, according to police in New Mexico. This is from the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office. We do not believe foul play was a factor in their deaths. However, exact cause has not been determined.
Okay, so I read that this morning, just scrolling through Facebook, and the person who had posted it is someone that never posts kind of wild, outlandish stuff. So I didn't Google it, but I was wondering, because I've seen posts where Gene Hackman has died for several years now, and I was amazed he was still alive into his 90s. One of my favorite actors. So I was wondering if this was some kind of,
if it was real,
social media, clickbait hack story again. So that said, I read where his wife, him, and their dog had all passed away. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I mean that's one of my favorite Gene Hackman movies. But he's got a bunch of them, man. He was fantastic.
Yeah, so I've heard good things about Behind Enemy Lines. I haven't seen that. The rom-com movie that I know him for is Heartbreakers, which he's funny in. But the other two movies, I think, can we all agree Hoosiers is the best one he's in? Is that just the easy answer? Is that the cop-out answer? I love him in The Firm and The Replacements. I mean, he's great in pretty much anything he's ever been in, but those two movies are fantastic. I love both those movies. You got the Arkansas connection in The Firm. You've got he takes on a completely different coaching identity in The Replacements as the head football coach than he did as Normandale in Hoosiers. But I think as you heard that clip, I think a lot of people knew immediately what that movie was from. And there's other great clips that you can play when it comes to Hoosiers and everything
he was
else.
in Superman. Behind Enemy Lines, was that the one with Will Smith?
No,
the
it's
government deal. What
Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson.
Okay, what's the one? I'll have to look it up. That
I know which one you're talking about. It's
I can't think of the name of it, but that's one of my favorite.
Will Smith gets wrongly accused of something, right?
Right. It's kind of a deep state government.
Enemy of the state. Maybe?
Enemy of the state. That's it. Yeah, okay. That's one of my. And he kind of plays the guy that went off the grid that used to be in the military and helps Will Smith get his life back. So that's an outstanding movie.
The other great
Unforgiven, no mention for Unforgiven. One of the best westerns.
He's the hard butt sheriff in that movie.
I haven't seen that movie.
That's a good one. Worth a
Morgan
watch.
Freeman's in that. Yes, Clint Eastwood, Morgan Freeman, Gene Hackman.
Jeez, Lee, that's three dandies right there. Good grief.
Yeah, that's a great old. I say old western. It's not a western like western, but it's a western movie.
Early 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you got a favorite Gene Hackman movie, moment, quote, you can text those in at 877-377-6963. Again, him, his wife, and his dog apparently found dead at 95 years old in their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That is your opening drive here this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Ethan Adamson helped me with my mortgage, helped me out still to this day. It's February the 27th in 2025. He helped me way back in June and July of 2024, and I can still ask him questions. I don't plan on leaving that house anytime soon, but I do plan on refinancing at some point, and he'll be able to help me out through the process. Hopefully, interest rates come down, and I'm able to save a little money. Give him a call at 479-782-9300, or you can go online to ffb1.com. That's First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal house.
That. Oh, you got to watch that. Denzel Washington, Gene Hackman. He's the captain. I don't know if captain's the right word of a nuclear submarine, and that is a tremendous movie. I don't want to spoil the plot. I mean, it's an older movie, but if you haven't watched, there's your morning rush homework. Watch Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide. Okay.
That is a great movie.
I have seen Enemy of the State, which is good, but I guess I need to watch Behind Enemy Lines. Jeremy in Fayetteville says Mississippi Burning is a personal favorite of his. Cement Head chimes in. French Connection is one of his favorites as well. Again, the list is pretty numerous when it comes to, the guy was 95 years old. He was in acting for, since the 60s or 70s?
Yeah.
He had decades.
But you
upon
think about
decades.
that. Think about when he made Hoosiers and how old he was. The guy's 95. I mean, he was in his 40s when he made Hoosiers.
The Royal Tenenbaums is great if you haven't seen that one as well.
I got a lot of homework to do. You guys are rattling off insane movies.
Crimson Tide is probably that might be it might be better than Hoosiers to me. I know we love sports themed movies, but Crimson Tide is really, really good.
Okay. Well, it's on the list. Again, if you got another movie to add to my list when it comes to the homework that I need to get to watching.
The Firm, as you mentioned, is
Tom Cruise,
the
Gene
top
Hackman, Gary Busey. That's a good one. And again, the Arkansas, the Little Rock connection. So that's why I'm a fan of it as well. Back to basketball. Ty chimed in earlier this morning. Should I just continue to say this team's going to lose if they win? We got a text in earlier from that. Again, I did not say that yesterday. I just didn't feel great about it. But maybe they're just listening to the morning rush, the opening segment, or the closing segment before each game, and it helps them out in that situation. Either way, Arkansas now 6-9 in conference, 3 games remaining. Y'all's conference record could still come to fruition. You guys both had them at 9-9 before the season.
Run
Who
the
knows?
table.
They
Just
could
run the table.
They could play that. And I think with it being now Vanderbilt's, in my opinion, I think
did they have a big win?
Yeah,
last
they go
night.
to Texas A&M and get that win. That's your toughest game left in Nashville. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That you would say that 3 or 4 games down the stretch that Vandy would be the toughest team that you'd have to pick out.
So 2 road games, 1 home game. South Carolina this weekend on the road. Vandy midweek, close the season at home with State. I've had this feeling a while. I've told you this for a month.
Say it again. Fire it off.
It feels like Mississippi State's. It's all going to boil down to that game with Mississippi State at home that you're maybe playing for something bigger than that one game. I just feel that way. Hey, the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800. If you're making plans to come up for a baseball series soon, or you're making plans maybe for that last home game for Mississippi State, get your room at the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800. Conveniently located close to everything in Northwest Arkansas, or make your reservations online at inatthemill.com.
All right, we got our hog update coming up in just a bit, and like Nolan did back in the day.
Hey, one more time, Horns.
One more time, Horns.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
This is former Razorback Tyler Spoon, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Everybody doing their own. Oh, my bad.
This is the Morning Rush.
To $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC. Battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at greatamericanconference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Away to Brazil, left side. Trevin's three is good. That's just the 9th three-pointer this year for Trevin Brazil. Wagner in the corner. Brazil's open again, and he just laced another three. Trevin Brazil with back-to-back threes, and Arkansas is up 6-5.
So it's kind of a rocky start initially, right? You turn the ball over, it's kind of clunky, and then Trev knocks down those threes. Arkansas's offense gets going. Hits 7 of 12 in that first half. Arkansas, as what Chuck described, is maybe the best first half they played all season long, 42-30, I think it was at halftime. And it's partially due to not just Trevor and Brazil, but Jonas Adu. Cal's a little sick after the game, so we heard from Kenny Payne, assistant head coach. Here's what he said about those two individuals.
I thought TB did an unbelievable job of bringing us energy, rebounding, made a couple threes. His defense was pretty good. To get 12 and 8 from him was special. I thought Jonas, to make those last 2 free throws sort of shocked me, but he stepped up and he made them, and we needed that from him, and that was great to have.
Now, it didn't shock Jonas. Jonas had this to say after knocking down those free throws.
I was shooting a lot of free throws yesterday. I got up a lot of free throws. Came in here and Bud last night, shot a lot of free throws, so I was confident I was going to make those too.
I'm not going to lie. Like you brought up the common upgraded to flagrant 1 earlier. I did not think he was going to knock both those down. The Tom Hart, who was on earlier with Chuck and Bo, I think made the statement that, yeah, he's shooting like 41% from the line in SEC play. And sure enough, Jonas got up there and laced both of them, and Arkansas survived in OT.
Yeah, and needed that to more or less ice the game, because you had a chance at the end of regulation to go up 1 and didn't get the – was that Knox? I'm trying to remember who was at the line. Wagner. Wagner was at the line in that moment. So, and did you trust at all Texas running that curl play? I mean, my God, they just that's kind of like when you're getting 4 yards of play in football. You just keep running it till they can stop it. You're getting 4 or 5 yards. That's what they did. They just kept running that little curl back to the backside, and Johnson was open. And just easy buckets underneath.
And he's done that against a lot of teams this season. Unfortunately, he's combined for near 60 points against the Razorbacks. But you got him both times. At the end of the day, you win, and that's the most important thing at the end of that game. But you got to give that kid credit because he was there. Do want to mention, this felt very like NBA-esque to me that Arkansas basketball put this out. Listen to this statement in regards to Adu Thero. Arkansas junior Adu Thero suffered a hyperextension to his left knee in the second half of the Missouri game. He is listed out for the game versus Texas tonight and will continue to be evaluated. Surgery is not expected. There is no timetable for his return. So kind of like
maybe because of the way they were stretched and worked with people, we're wondering, is it back? Is it hamstring? So at least we know it's hyperextension of the knee.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is that does not sound like season-ending, extensive time away. And with the kind of therapy and the kind of, round-the-clock attention they can provide that, I would expect him. I don't know what to expect. I would expect to see him back in the regular season at some point.
Here's what Kenny Payne said to say about the timeline there.
I don't know the latest of what's going on, but we need him. We hope he comes back soon. And as we get more information, sure, we'll know more.
So nothing.
But why would you say anything?
Yeah.
Ahead. I
was surprised they put that out. Like, just to be honest.
Yeah, I am too.
And
But here's the other thing that also lets everyone know, hey, this isn't some kind of injury that could be, because hamstrings could be nagging and long term. This isn't something that.
Why have I heard 3 different things on this? Back, hamstring, and knee.
Again, because you're assuming, and I think people jump to that conclusion based on, if you remember, they had him down at the end of the bench and they were stretching him like it was hamstring, which led some people to jump to a conclusion. I've read that could be a sciatica, it could be your IT band, it could be, because those are the kind of stretches and things you do for those type of situations. So,
you know what they say
you
about
know what?
it too,
You just come out. Well, I mean, when you don't give information, you leave it to people to jump to the wrong conclusion.
And it's also, my understanding, help me on this, you might know the back end of this, is like the player wants to keep it in-house. That sucker's staying in-house.
Well, HIPAA,
but if he wants it out, if he doesn't want to get asked and probed and all these questions, then he'd be like, just tell him. Like,
and I think some of that also, I think if an NBA team or a scout wants to know what's going on with someone, they can find out. They can make a call, they can make a text. But
Vegas can find out.
But also, if you want people to quit speculating about what's going on and disinformation, misinformation being out there, then you tell people what's going on.
That is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by our friends, as always, at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Yeah, I got to give a lot of credit to the guys. Again, not just Trev, not just Jonas Adu, but just collectively as a team, you made up for it. It's not like one individual just played out of his mind last night. No one scored above 20 points for the Arkansas Razorbacks. I mean, your highest point total was Big Z with 18. But look, 12, 18, 14, 16. Your lowest score was Billy Richmond with 6 points. And it's not all about points. There's plenty of other stats that need to, again, happen during the course of a game in order for you to win. But you felt like there wasn't a guy that you watched last night. It's like, man, he played terrible. So, again, Cal's been talking about all year. We can't have he hadn't said goose egg, but we can't have a goose egg on this team. And the roster just got smaller, so good to see the entire team really played solid last night, I'd say.
All right, fun weekend coming up of basketball. Get the Oakland Sports app on your phone if you haven't done so. When you sign up right now, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. When you make your deposit, you're automatically enrolled for a second chance bet every day for the first 10 days, up to $100. Plus, find out about the 10% profit boost. It's new and exciting when you got a 3-leg parlay. Earn a profit boost of up to 10%. So if you've got plus 1,000 odds, they become plus 1,100 on 3-leg or more parlays. So find out about that with the Oakland Sports app. Bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Oakland Sports.
Morning Rush Daily Question coming up. Hogs win 86-81 in OT.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
You think you could weld 2 pieces of wood together?
Wood? Can you weld wood?
I was going to see how far you'd go with that.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Looking for a way to get your favorite blowers from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
I'm going to do just fine. The Ducks are going to take it on 10.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC. Battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at greatamericanconference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
Ready to explore beyond the beaten path? Discover the Range Rover lineup at Land Rover of Little Rock. Experience handcrafted luxury with the capability to take on any adventure. The elegant Range Rover offers unmatched performance and first-class luxury. The Range Rover is built for every journey. Visit Land Rover of Little Rock today and explore our incredible Range Rover selection. Plus, take advantage of our promotions and recently revamped service department. Visit us at 25 Colonel Glenn Plaza Drive or log on at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at CarpathSocial.com.
All right, 3 regular season games to go. The road trip to South Carolina on Saturday. Time is that an 11 a.m. game? I didn't look.
12 o'clock.
Noon game. So,
yep. 11 a.m. next Saturday against Mississippi State. 12 this Saturday.
All right, so you got those 3 games left. You got South Carolina midweek at Vandy, and the game to conclude the regular season against Mississippi State. You win none, you win 1, you win 2, you win them all. How many of these final 3 with the Hogs right now on back-to-back wins, chance to have a streak on Saturday against the team that's, 1-14 in the league, South Carolina, chance to have a bona fide streak with 3 in a row. How many of these final 3 do you think they win after a season sweep of Texas last night?
I'm going to say on the record 0-3, so they go 3-0.
Thank you.
But realistically, I think they'll win Saturday, and I don't think they'll win next Saturday against State. I don't see them going to Vanderbilt at 9 o'clock Central Time and winning that game.
The later they play, the better they seem to be, though, at times.
That is true. They played a lot late games this season. But yeah, realistically, I think they win this Saturday. They win next Saturday. First 3-game win streak since
you got them at 2, Colton?
I'll take 2 as well, probably just to play it safe. I think going to Vanderbilt, it's going to be tough. They're pretty scrappy, and they've kind of been matched up pretty even with you all year in the rankings.
Most important ones this Saturday, just from a quad wins perspective. I guess they'd be a quad 3 that you're going on, or is it 2?
Yeah,
because you're on the road.
Because they're within. 2? Yeah, they're within. So it's the top 75 for road, and still, they're right outside of that.
What's their net? You had that up earlier.
They're at 91.
Yeah, you don't want to lose to the 91st team in the net from a metric standpoint. So important there. I'm going to say they're going to win all 3.
Hey,
I like 9 o'clock. Not personally, but I think that the later this team plays, I think the better they do at times. I mean, these 8 o'clock games, these weekend games have been in prime time. I mean, you think about when they've stepped up and had their better performances. So Vandy in Nashville, that didn't bother me. And then I think just the regular season finale, if they win against South Carolina and Vandy, you're going to have a huge crowd for the final game at Bud Walton. And I think that between that, having hopefully a Duthiero back at that point, I think that's enough to lift you for closing the last 3, and that'd be, 5 in a row? And let's see, that'd get you to 9-9?
Mm-hmm.
Let me look on the wall back here.
What's it say up there, Tommy?
It says that Tommy and Colton predicted the Arkansas Razorbacks 9-9, and Ty said they'd go 10-8.
Yeah.
So,
we can't get all things right. I guess the football record right, but I guess I'm could come up just short in basketball. I'll say this. So I think I can declare this now at 9:44 here on this Thursday morning. Next Saturday will be your last home game at Bud Walton Arena this season. I don't think they're they haven't completely locked up an NCAA tournament bid, but I think it's safe for me to say that now. So while it is an 11 a.m. game, and I feel like there's a difference between an 11 a.m. basketball game and an 11 a.m. football game. I know that most of you out there are not fans of 11 a.m. I don't get the same pushback from fans at 11 a.m. basketball. I would expect next Saturday.
There's no tailgating.
Yeah, next Saturday to be a really great crowd, especially if they find a way to win either one of two or the next two before that Mississippi State game. So, again, kind of like you were teetering last night. I mean, it looked on TV, sounded great. I mean, when whatchamacallit, I'm trying to find the clip. I had clipped it out this morning, and I didn't add it to our B bar, but like one of the place just erupted, and it was just like a normal three or normal dunk or whatever. So I think you're gonna have a great crowd next Saturday.
And if you can do what I'm,
proposing,
hoping. Well, I mean, I don't think it takes a genius to propose you win, but if they can complete that, you'll end up as the number. I don't think you can get to 8 now, but I think you can get, because Kentucky's win over OU late last night, I think kind of locks Arkansas out of getting that first day bye. But you can get to number 9. You're playing the team that's next, and then you play 2 teams that are right now within a game of you, just ahead of you in the conference standings. So the way I'm looking at it, I think you can get yourself in a position to be the number 9 seed. Doesn't get you out of day one, but I think if you're the regular season number 9, I don't think I think you can rest a little easier on Selection Sunday.
Kentucky, in order, because Ole Miss has your tiebreaker being the head-to-head, in order to, again, get that first round bye to the SEC tournament, you would have to lose one game down the stretch, and Kentucky lose all 3, or win the next 3. So Kentucky, if they lose all 3, you have a chance. But like you said, they get Auburn this weekend. That could be a loss, but that was a win for.
You win. And I think, and you beat. Thing is, you got Mississippi State and Vanderbilt, who are just ahead of you in the standings. What are they, 7 and 9 right now? You have it.
Who are you? Say that one more time.
Mississippi State and Vanderbilt.
7 and 8.
7 and 8.
And they're 9th.
Yeah. So a point is, you would have tiebreaker over Vandy. You would have a win over Mississippi State. I think you'd have, and you'd have the wins. More importantly, you have wins.
And would pit you against South Carolina in that first game.
And you got to win that game then at that point. And then I don't think it matters. You got to win that game from a net standpoint.
Yes.
You don't need to lose to South Carolina and Nashville.
B and Clarksville said they're not going to lose till they get to San Antonio in the Final Four. Right. So that would be how many? I'll
take that bet.
Let's do some math on the fly real quick. How many games is that?
Well,
so you got 3.
And then 4.
That
5,
way, if you
6,
win 3, I'm going to say that you'll play in
8.
5 SEC tournament games: Wednesday, Thursday,
That's
Friday.
8.
That's 8.
Yep.
And then you add in what?
You're not going to Dayton.
32,
yep.
16, 8, 4. So is that 5? 5 plus 3, 8 plus 3 is 11.
You got to win 6 to win it all.
So he's got Arkansas going on an 11-game win streak here down the stretch. Crazier things have happened. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social.
Tell me something crazier that's happened.
VCU coming out of the first 4 and making it to
at
the Final
Arkansas.
4.
Tell me something crazier for the Razorbacks that's ever happened.
Let me ponder on that. You put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I will come up with something.
All right.
All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Hey, I was texting Nate and Christian about this yesterday. They've got their new 2-man spring league. They want you to sign up. I think it's by March the 3rd, but you can still participate. This is an awesome league. Check it out on Facebook if you want to sign up. This is something that you can go with your buddy and participate in, guy or gal. It's going to be an awesome time. And then they've got their first ever Masters Invitational. It's going to take place starting March the 17th and in Masters Weekend. You're going to play 18 holes at Augusta National each week. At the end of the 4 weeks, we're going to crown our very own Masters champion at Cart Pass Social. Only 25 spots are available. Check out cartpasssocial.com. Click on the Masters Invitational tab, and you can do that there. BYOB at Cart Pass Social. You can bring in your food. You can bring in your beer and seltzers all the time. No golf attire required. Corporate events, weekends, whatever. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Stop by, tell Christian, tell Nate that ESPN Arkansas and the Morning Rush sent you to Cart Pass Social. From Cart Pass Social to Searcy, Arkansas we go, where Brent's patiently waiting. Brent, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, Ty and Tommy, what a game last night.
Mhm.
What an effort by the Razorbacks last night.
Yes, sir.
It was fantastic. And I told y'all, I said, if we get great efforts from Trevin Brazil and Jonas Adu, we'll win the game. And we did.
Yeah, you look at that, Brent. If you combine their stat lines, they finished combined with 20 points. Was that 12 rebounds, couple blocks, couple assists. Those two guys, as we played that audio clip from Kenny Payne earlier, really stepped up last night.
We'll take that every time from those two.
No question. I mean, the thing with
A combined stat line like.
Yeah, Trev finally got into double digit of threes last night, which, I mean, he's a good shooter. He just hadn't had the confidence this year. So, Brent, you're right. I mean, if you can get that, you're going to be in a much better situation than maybe people thought you would be.
I'm going to tell you what, that number 20 or 30, was it 20 or number 30 Johnson from Texas?
20, yeah.
But he's worth the price of admission because he works hard to get his points.
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas had that game plan. You could ask Coach Martin, you could ask Coach Cal, Coach Payne, whoever. I mean, you stop him, you stop Texas, and they weren't able to last night. They were double teaming him, they were hard hedging him, they were doing everything they could to derail him coming off screens, and he just, like you said, he worked for his points last night. I mean, Kevin,
I don't think you'll have to play him again in the regular season. I think he may be gone. So I can't see how he wouldn't be.
Hey, we're no surprised. How about Buzz Williams and the Texas A&M Aggies? They just can't get out of their own way.
Yeah,
they cannot stand prosperity.
Bless their heart.
I'll say so. I'm really big on Dennis Gates being Coach of the Year based on them losing all their games in conference last year. But Mark Byington's maybe second in my mind. I know Pearl's got his team where they are right now, and Auburn's been awesome. But I mean, no one thought anything of Vanderbilt before the season. They've had some impressive wins, Brent, that I think people are shocked by.
Where is the coach from Vanderbilt? Where did he coach last year? I know he was in the NCAA tournament.
James Madison, right, Colton?
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
That's right.
James Madison.
That's right. What's his name?
Mark Byington.
What's the last name again?
Byington.
Byington.
Yeah,
Okay.
like B-Y-I-N-G-H-T-O-N.
Well,
You got him next Tuesday at 9 o'clock, Brent.
Yeah.
He's done a great job at Vandy. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Brett, you got that right. Thanks
They
for the
played
call. Yeah, appreciate your call this morning. And who thought Vandy, we were talking about this yesterday, who thought Vandy would be the toughest of your last four?
Mm-mm.
But right now, that's exactly where you're at. Vanderbilt, that road game, that is the toughest of your remaining games.
And not that you don't want to come back and play that final home game, but it would be nice to just, stay in Nashville until the SEC tournament, considering it's literally the next week when they'll start those games next Wednesday in Bridgestone
A long
Arena.
time. So, hey, coming up, we're talking about postseason and conference tournaments. The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith Southside High School. That's March 6th through the 9th, so it begins next Thursday. Morning Rush is going to be there Thursday and Friday. We'll be talking to coaches and players, and this is exciting. Division II championship basketball. Again, it's at Southside High School this year, Northside High School next year. The best men's and women's teams in the GAC will battle it out for an NCAA Division II tournament bid. You can get your tickets and more information online at greatamericanconference.com. That's greatamericanconference.com. The Great American Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside. Hogs, you said at noon against South Carolina.
Correct. Yep.
If you want to watch the game, I was talking to Wade earlier and reminder that half-price apps and taps at Joe's Grill and
Bang,
Cantina
bang.
Saturday. So game time perfect for lunch. You can go in, get several appetizers. All the beers on tap will be half price at Joe's Grill. So I don't think I know anyone making the road trip to Columbia, South Carolina. So we might as well gather at Joe's Grill on Saturday. Noon for the game, half-price apps and taps during the game, Joe's Grill and Cantina, South 74th across from Harps in Fort Smith.
Hour 2 of the Morning Rush comes your way next.
For a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback. The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about? Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time. It's baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need. Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need. We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion. Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help. Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's Facebook. The website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us. Go Hogs.
What's better than getting something for free? Winning. With the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, you get the chance to do both. For $5, you get 3 tickets, a Powerball ticket with Power Play, a Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. That's 3 ways to win. So ask for the $5 bundle today. Bundle is eligible with Quick Picks only. Offer ends February 28th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Doctors, nurses, and other medical professionals are just people. They've got their lives and families same as you and me. But what happens when big hospitals and insurance companies ask too much of them and make them work too many hours without enough help? You can only stretch something so far before it breaks and people get hurt or even die. That's where I come in. If the healthcare system in our area has hurt you or someone you love, call me. Together, let's make them do healthcare better. I'm Phil Votaw, and you've never met a lawyer like me.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Ty Richardson for American Patriot Promotions. They have their Springdale Gun Show coming up March 8th and 9th in the Parsons Stadium Events Center. Come see them Saturday, March 8th from 9 to 5 and Sunday, March the 9th from 9 to 3:30. Tickets are just $10 per person, $8 for veterans, military, police, and first responders, plus children 16 and under get in free. Check them out online at AmericanPatriotPromotions.com.
It's not just the flavors that keep you coming back to the House of Webster. It's a tradition. For over 90 years, our family-owned company has been making jams, jellies, salsas, barbecue sauce, and many more treats that make your meals come to life. From the first jar to the last spoonful, you'll taste the quality in every bite. Please visit our gift shop located at 1013 North 2nd Street, downtown Rogers. We want you to sample the great taste of life. House of Webster. See you soon.
I love jam!
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny, cooler. Our highs this afternoon in the low to mid 60s.
You're listening to the Morning Rush on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I would just say I'm not set for the pre-study or taking one of those vows. I just don't know how they do it.
The weather is brought to you by Come Get You Some, Arkansas's premier off-road superstore. Call 782.
Low near 40. Friday, right back to sunshine, upper 60s, and then Saturday, a bounty of sunshine. Highs on Saturday, upper.
The weather is brought to you by Come Get You Some, Arkansas's premier off-road.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Second one by Zavonimir. No good. Kaluma with a rebound. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Johnson at the logo fires a three. No good at the horn. Arkansas wins. The Razorbacks win it. 86-81 in overtime. A hard-earned victory over the Texas Longhorns and a season sweep of the Burnt Orange.
These kids have been resilient all year. Obviously, we fought some adversity throughout the year. We had some this week with Adu not playing tonight. These kids just battled and played their hearts out, and it was great to see those guys get rewarded for it.
This is the Morning Rush.
Bye, Texas. Have fun back in Austin. 0-2 against the Razorbacks in basketball this season. Brian and Ozark has nothing to say, unlike in football. It's great. Hopefully you play him in Nashville and you can beat him again. That'd be awesome to go beat him 3-0 just like you did in, 90? Right before we were honoring the 90 Final Four
I don't
team.
think I want to mess with him 3 times in a season.
Hopefully you get South Carolina. If you keep on winning, maybe you get the 9 seed. You play the Gamecocks on Wednesday night. That, again, we're looking way ahead. But Arkansas now 6-9 on the
focus on the next one.
The conference season, which you got the Gamecocks this Saturday in Columbia, South Carolina at 12 o'clock. But how about that win last night? 86-81 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. A lot of guys contributed last night. Your rotation was shortened. Adu Thero out for this game. Don't know what it's going to be like. We'll give you an update on what the University of Arkansas basketball team put out in regards to his status. Apparently he was out in Los Angeles getting a second opinion when it comes to his knee. Tom Hart said that on the broadcast last night.
I heard Big Z on the post-game show said they had called him from the locker room, FaceTimed with him. So
where is that?
Feels amazing. We called Adu after the win. He was happy. We were celebrating with him.
Big Z also had a.
You don't have to play that.
Those moments we need to stay together. We need to be a team. Not everybody doing their own. Oh my bad.
Oh my bad. Oh my.
Everybody doing their own. Oh my bad.
I was like, oh, buddy, I've done that before too. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I think everyone knows that when you watch it's funny when for those that have gotten a chance to sit close courtside, like you hear a lot of stuff and the vernacular and some of the words that are said, you have to all of a sudden turn that off when you get put on the microphone with Chuck and Z, and it doesn't always play out that way.
Well, if you're looking for something unique, different, maybe something you've never experienced before, let me tell you about my friends at Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. They offer the widest selection of curated wines that you're going to find in the area, craft beers, cocktails, and spirits that aren't on the everyday menu that you're going to find, at maybe where you've been going. Try something new and different. Here's the thing I love about Uncorked. You can go in there. It's got an adult feel to it, which sometimes you want something that has maybe a little younger vibe and flesh. But here's what I like. I don't have to shout over somebody to have a conversation. It's quiet enough. It doesn't have that, where every noise bounces off the wall and I'm listening to, the table four tables down's conversation because it's not, it's not loud like that. So that's one of the things I love about Uncorked. It's perfect for late afternoon meetings. They open at 4:00 Tuesday through Friday, and you can go in and enjoy a late afternoon brown water or beer that's on tap or whatever your favorite is. They're going to have it. Maggie and the crew that always tend to you, and they just got tremendous service, will look after you and take care of you. So if you're looking for a place to go, whether it's just something to wind down before you go home or maybe a great eclectic menu of favorites, I think the bone-in pork chops and the shrimp and grits are as good as you're going to have there. But the fried devil eggs is a great appetizer. Try it at Uncorked, Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's in Fort Smith, or make reservations for this weekend online at uncorkthefort.com.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Mach 1 Financial. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit mach-1financial.com/disclosures.
Brandon Paris with the text, curse words and first words that someone learns when learning the new language, right? Hey, I would like to put this out there. I think that Big Z's the funniest player on the basketball team. Cam Ball's the funniest player on the football team. There needs to be a joint venture with those two. If you want something that is entertaining, like Cam Ball is like objectively hilarious, and Big Z's funny because he's just kind of goofy and everything else. But put those two together.
Ball, the one that likes to cook.
Yes,
he likes to smoke ribs.
I wish I had that clip with him.
Constantly moisturizes.
Yeah, he moisturizes his meat. God, I wish we had that clip. That's that is the greatest greatest quote a player has ever said.
I mean, if you ever put your smoker together. It's important to have a bottle to spritz your pork butt and spritz your ribs and your brisket. Apple cider vinegar, a little water, apple juice in there, something citrusy. Yeah, you got to moisturize whatever meat is on the smoke.
I agree. So somehow, some way, get them together. Do want to mention?
That's what you meant, right?
Yes, 100%. That's what I was thinking about here at 10:05 this morning. Do want to mention our buddy Tom Murphy. Not feeling up to it this morning. Just keep him in your prayers. This is a constant thing that I know he's having to go through. So
hopefully not forever, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's going to get this whipped. I know Tom's going to whip this. So
praying for you, buddy. Text in from
Cancer sucks.
Yeah, and everyone has been touched by it. I've been touched by it. I know in some way, shape, or form you've been touched by it. So Tom, beat it, and we're looking forward to being a part of the journey with you, man. Dutch texting in. I wonder how Tremont Mark feels about transferring to the Shorthorns now going 0-2. Man, I thought he was going to and give the Texas team credit. That Texas team played a lot better in this game last night. Honestly, Trey Johnson played good in both games, but he played out of his mind last night. But I'm thinking, all right, Tremont Mark, he's back where he played the year before. He's going to have a much better game. Oof. Wrong again. He was 1 for 8 last night. 2
points. We just took your predictions and went the opposite way on the Bet Saracen app. We'd have a fortune.
I wouldn't be working here anymore. That's for sure.
1 for 8 last night. 2 points in the ball game, and you thought he was going to have a career night.
I thought he was going to have a really good game, and
he also got his clock clean when he got ran into. Yeah. That was rough. I thought he was hurt for a minute, but he did shake it off.
I felt bad for him there. I thought it wasn't as bad as the OU kid losing a couple teeth. But it was when you get banged in the head like that, it's your own player, too. It's bad enough when you get hit, but it's your own player that
friendly fire.
Yeah, runs into. I was scared because I thought when Trev did that alley-oop dunk, I was like on this play.
Carter to the other end, off the glass. No, but there's Brazil to clean it up.
I thought he was about to elbow Carter in the face, and luckily he just avoided him. But that was one of the better plays that Trev and Brazil made last night in the game. And again, there's plenty of guys. I say plenty of guys. You got 7 guys that you could choose from when it came to what guys actually did in order to help you get a win last night. But I'll go back to something I said in hour one. This is so unique, so different from what Cal's typically used to with having these blue chip guys. And not that some of these kids aren't blue chip recruits. Like DJ was a 5-star, best point guard in his class. Carter, Billy, highly recruited and whatnot. But they're playing a different style and a different way than what is typical of John Calaberry teams, where they have to really hone their craft on the defensive end. And like we saw last night at points and in the season and games, you can have a really good percentage, like 7 of 12 from the 3-point line, which they did in the first half, score 42 points. But more often than not, they're going to have to win games defensively. And as I continue to watch their stats on KenPom, which basically keeps track of your team throughout the season, other teams and stuff, their defensive stats keep growing, but their offensive stats are going up too. And maybe that's a combination of playing a lesser stretch in SEC play at the tail end of the season, but your team's also getting better. And, I mean, Coach Martin's talked about it, Kenny Payne's talked about it, and we're seeing it right in front of our eyes.
I agree, but I think that the key in everything you said is right there in the middle. You're not playing number 1, number 3, number 5. I mean, your schedule got out of kilter from a difficult. It wasn't even or spread out in the team. Sometimes it's not who you play; it's when you play them too. But this team right now is riding a little bit of a benefit of not playing the top shelf teams in the SEC, which maybe gave us a false impression of who they were in that moment. So, but for that to be true, you need to win at least 2 of these last 3 to make that a reality.
Just think, all right, so you're 6
and you got to win Saturday.
You're 6-9 right now. Anyone remember where you started? Conference play? 0-5. Thank you. 0-5. Now, I don't know what's going to play out here in the next 3 games regular season, what happens in Nashville, Tennessee, and Bridgestone, and then what could potentially happen in the NCAA tournament. But you have grown exponentially. Coach Martin talked about just this team being resilient last night.
These kids have been resilient all year, and obviously we fought some adversity throughout the year. We had some this week with a dude not playing tonight. These kids just battled and played their hearts out, and it was great to see those guys get rewarded for it.
And when it comes to just where they were after 5 conference games and where they are now, I felt last night, how sometimes you're watching a game, and we've talked about this, like the Auburn game. You never felt like Arkansas was going to win that game, even though they were up 1 with 3 minutes to go. Last night, and maybe it was just the opponent, maybe it was just my higher opinion of Arkansas, I never thought they were going to lose. Even when Trey Johnson was just going ballistic on them, I never thought Arkansas was going to lose that game last night. I don't know if that's misguided trust. I don't know if that's just me being a homer, but I never felt like that they were going to let that game slip away at any juncture, even when they're down 1 and it was a little hairy, a little scary down the stretch. And I don't know if that's just the opponent or if that's maybe a change of opinion on where this team is through 15 conference games.
Well, they've got to be gaining confidence. I was just looking at minutes a second ago from last night, and with such a short bench and a 7-man rotation, the fewest minutes was 21 minutes last night out of Billy Richmond. So hopefully this team can get their legs back under them, be ready to go for an earlier game on Saturday on what's a short. That's as short a window, I guess, as you can pretty much get in the SEC, and the longest trip of the year, by a few more miles.
They don't keep a tally of I say they don't. I didn't look at the sub intervals last night, but Cal was rotating guys in, even though guys had a ton of minutes that they logged last night. I mean, there were a lot of subs last night, consistently throughout the night. Big men get subbed in more than guards just because of the stamina, but that's something to monitor. Just how Cal goes about these next couple games. If you missed what we talked about earlier when it comes to Adu Thero and how long he is going to be out, the University of Arkansas released this statement that he suffered a hyperextension in the Missouri game. He was listed out for the game last night and is going to continue to be evaluated. Surgery is not expected. So knee related, always kind of worrisome. Knee related, ACL, PCL, MCL, all that, but sounds like it's just a hyperextension, which. Well, I mean, depending on if you look at WebMD or you actually talk to like a doctor, like Dr. Steve Heim or someone like that, it's not a 6 or 9 month recovery thing, which is good. No.
I mean, the hyperextensions when you step in it, the knee goes backwards, right?
Yes, and sometimes that it tears the ligament.
Which when he landed, right before he went out during the game, it sort of looked like that's what happened. He landed pretty awkwardly, then sort of hobbled his way toward the bench. So I think it's something that couldn't be too. The hyperextension makes more sense to me than his back or a hamstring.
Well, I mean, they said it, so I mean we know what it is. But again, you hyperextend your knee playing basketball later today. You don't have a 24-hour 24-hour medical staff, to tend to your recovery.
You're not paying for that?
He's going to get a second opinion.
No. So, he may be getting a second opinion, scope, whatever, but it also tells you they weren't worried about him flying to L.A. and it's swelling. Sometimes you worry about someone flying when you've got, you don't want the swelling to pick up. So, I don't know. We're all guessing, just like everyone was guessing at the injury, but our history of knowing these kinds of injuries tell us he'll be back. We haven't seen the last of him.
Speaking of pickup basketball, I did cackle a little bit when I heard this.
That's how a big fella shoots a three.
It's like when Chuck said that last night. It's like, oh, church league.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the guy's in the corner.
That's how a big fella shoots a three.
We need that. You were talking about the AI stuff, and you can record lineups for softball. I need Chuck to do what Chris Fowler and Herbie did for NCAA football and record a bunch of liners. So during the course of pickup games and stuff, we can play stuff on the monitor that will echo through speakers and whatnot. I think he could make some money off of that. Your game could be broadcasted by Chuck Barrett. Just sign up for this.
Oh, we just feed all these games and all of his shows and podcast into AI.
I can just
build his voice.
I can just pull it. I don't know.
Yeah,
we don't even have to
type it out.
Pay him. We'll just take it ourselves and start it up.
Yeah, no royalties for you, Chuck. Now, you figure out how to do that.
I wouldn't think it would be that hard, right?
Well, okay.
You can do it with the app that we have. I can
have
do
it done
with
by
both of
Monday?
You said Monday? No, I got a busy week.
Yeah.
Busy weekend.
Mm-hmm. The guy that says he's working all the time.
I am working all the time.
Yeah. So what are you doing this weekend?
Not working.
Not working. All right, thank you. All right, this hour of the Morning Rush brought to you by Mach 1 Financial. Navigating financial news can be overwhelming, but with constant updates and market fluctuations, it's almost like, how do you treat and deal with the uncertainty that's in the marketplace? That's why Mach 1 Financial Group brings you The Market Moment. It's a weekly podcast that breaks down the latest financial headlines into clear, digestible insights that make it easy for you to understand. What do these developments mean for you and your investments? That's the number one question. How might they shape your financial future? They simplify all of these questions that can be so complex and keep you informed and confident in your decisions. Tune in every Tuesday for a new episode of the Market Moment podcast. Go to market-moment.com to listen anytime. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC, is a registered investment advisor. They're in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit disclosures.mach1fg.com.
Also want to bring this text up from Doug in Mountain Home before we change topics real quick. I was there. We got home at 2 a.m. My kids were very, very tired this morning. Doug, you're a great parent for taking your kids there last night. I'm guaranteed that they enjoyed it. He feels like it shouldn't have been that close. We had several blocks down low that were called fouls in the second half that were clean. Doug, I agree with you. There was one or two that I was kind of looking at the replay, and I was like, that didn't look like a foul, but they gave it to him anyway. Here's what I will say. And this text is important because I saw this picture last night. One of my buddies posts his daughter who's holding up the horns down towel, and he's got her in one hand and Michelob Ultra in another, which was funny.
Father of the year.
Yeah, but again, and she's a little over a year old, but like this is something you as a young fan, like Philip and Mountain Home, who we get to hear from on our airwaves, and you, Doug's kids and stuff, you get to experience this rivalry. Parents and grandparents, you've told your kids about how much these games mean. Football, basketball, baseball, heck, softball, anything. Anytime we get to play Texas, it's a big deal. And now you get to experience it each and every year. You get to play these guys in basketball every year. I know you go to football this year in Austin, have to wait 3 years before you play them again, but you get that. And it's like that connection is just fun that it's here again now that they're in. Listen, if I had the choice, I don't want Texas and Oklahoma in the SEC. Just I know it's better for the league, it's money, whatever. If I had the choice, but you do get, there are benefits. I think there's more cons, but there are benefits to that. It was also funny to see Frank Haith there last night, who Mike Anderson almost beat up like a decade ago, which would have been really entertaining. But this is a rivalry, and it's just cool to now you've got a younger group of Razorback fans that have been told their entire lives about the significance of these two programs when they battle at anything. Now they actually get to experience it. They experienced it in football, 2021, that win. Football game, you lost by 10. It was a close one this year. You beat them twice in basketball. This is going to be fun. Now, Don't know how long Roddy Terry's going to be there, the Texas coach, depending on how they shake out the rest of the way. But I just like that aspect that we are actually getting from this game and for future games to come.
Yep, and I like the confidence that's just building. And as players around the country that may be looking for another place to go next year, watch what's happening at the end of the year. Maybe this is going to help you with those 3, 4, 5, however many you're going to get out of the portal. So, and I think next Saturday, the home environment will help because there will be recruiting visits and many sports on campus for that weekend. So, all of this is important. So, and it also gets us as fans re-engaged because there were moments in this conference season where we were ready to kind of hang it up, right? So this kind of gets you back to where,
I don't think
to where I know the foundation and the university needs you to be if you're going to give some money.
And I'll have to say this: at 0-5 in the league, I don't care if this was said on air, texted, tweeted, whatever. No one actually believed this team was going to the tournament at 0-5 in the league. There was only a single one, and for them to again come all the way back, even against their own fan base, you can say me, you can say anyone else, but it's remarkable. And I don't know, Cal's not going to be in the SEC Coach of the Year conversation, but if they finish 9-9 and he loses his highest recruited player, which is Boogie Flan, and they lose probably their best and most consistent player in Adu Thero, depending on how long, what that looks like, and they get somehow 500 or around 500, I mean, he's not going to win it, but he should probably be in that top 4, top 5 of candidates. I never thought I'd be vouching for John Calipari to be SEC Coach of the Year, but here we are in 2025.
Well, he finished 5th in Coach of the Year. Well, I'm sure he'll list that near the top of. But your point is he's done a good coaching job, and I would agree with that.
And again, he gets criticized for having the best players. And I'll say it. I've said that before. This is so different than what he's used to in terms of the talent that he has year in, year out. And they're actually not just competing and winning from a standpoint of the waves of players that he can bring in and whatnot. Yes, they had a really good transfer portal haul, but if you actually
look, 2 players short. They just need 2 more They need shooters.
Hopefully that is
let's not act like they're void of talent. They got good players. They don't have enough shooters. They're 2 good shooters away from being a great team.
He needs to bring a combo of what he did this year defensively and what he had last year offensively and go get some guys that can just light it up from deep, that can also play defense, 3D guys.
Not getting enough credit for how well they played defensively as a whole. Don't get enough credit there. Hey, a quick word for Gaston's White River Resort, 870-431-5202 is their number. I know I'm ahead on you, Colton. 870-431.
I was confused too.
Well, I lost track, but we're going to talk about Gaston's here for a second. Hey, now is the time. Spring is coming up. We got about a month left of winter rates that you can enjoy for March. And then, April through the summer, it gets pretty busy. But there's availability right now, different kinds of cabins, different kind of lodges that you can enjoy at Gaston. So give them a call. The restaurant's open. Great view for breakfast, lunch, and dinner of the White River. They got a great roster of great guides. They can, do everything that you need. Guide the boat. They can take care of all the, teaching the kids, baiting the hooks. I mean, they take care of everything. So your day is just about sit back, relax, and catch fish when you go to Gaston's. 870-431-5202 is the number. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Get a lawn extension cord, and I can be on the tube or on the wakeboard behind the boat.
We do not put hobbits on tubes.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is Carl Ravitch with ESPN. And I hope you're enjoying the morning rush as much as I am.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time. It's baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
To $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Tanner, kick it out. Nickel. For three. 7 of them tonight.
One of the big three-point shots for the Vanderbilt Commodores is they went on the road to defeat the Aggies 86-84 in College Station, Texas. Probably the most surprising outcome of the night. If you see me grabbing my chest, Tommy, I feel like I have heartburn right now. I don't know if that was because I stayed up late watching that game or if something's going on.
Sure, it wasn't anything to do with the clean diet you eat during the week, because we know that you eat nothing but chicken and rice and
Fish City Grill
drink
yesterday.
no alcohol.
Brett Brundage bullied me into drinking some Mardi Gras stuff yesterday. So I had a hurricane and a dragon paloma and tacos and a po' boy and something
everything
else.
he says is a lie from now on. I mean,
he's a client. He's doing something for a client.
I eat clean. I don't drink.
client related. I'll do anything for a client.
Now you got heartburn.
Auburn, yeah, amongst other things. Auburn defeats Ole Miss 106-76, win by 30. Kentucky gets a big road win. They go on the road and beat OU by 1. That was a close game back and forth last night.
Yeah, and talking about the OU game, yeah, I mean, nodding your head doesn't get it done. But, yeah, I mean, and took them right to the end. I was watching that on the kind of the score ticker at the bottom, but
I don't know what the team feels like.
You really
all the time.
You kind of wanted OU to win that game in some respects if you had a shot at getting into the top 8, but that I don't want to say that sealed it, but that makes it very unlikely.
Razorbacks win. Again, Big Z, very entertaining post game.
You were wide open. Hell yeah, I was wide open.
Heck yeah, wide open. They left him open. He canned some threes last night. Kid knows how to play. Another solid performance, leads the team once again, 18 points for Big Z as they get another SEC win, moving them to 6-9, and they sweep Texas.
And 17-11 on the year now for the Razorbacks. Now, 20 wins used to mean you're in. That's not the benchmark it once was.
20 wins?
But 20 wins is still something in the regular season to be, to note. And when you last 3, you'd be 20-11 in the regular season. Not bad. Not bad for where they've been.
Nope, not at all. Last thing here, your SEC update. 49ers GM John Lynch said that he will try and trade Deebo Samuel, former South Carolina wide receiver, and look to get a contract extension with Brock Purdy. Do Dallas Cowboy fans want Deebo Samuel? Or if you're any fan of anyone, do you want Deebo Samuel on your team? I just found that interesting, like just the dynamics now in professional sports when you just like, I want to be traded. I know Myles Garrett put out that statement. I thought it was pretty heartfelt. San Francisco's window's over. I don't think they're going to be winning the championship anytime soon. And either Deebo wants to get paid or he wants to try and win. And we'll see where, I guess, the South Carolina Gamecock.
So what was the quote from John Lynch, the GM, at the bottom that scrolled across several times is, we're going to do everything to make Brock Purdy our guy or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So, they made their commitment and kind of where their loyalties are going to lie, at least according to that 5 seconds of script you read there at the bottom of your screen during the game last night. That was pretty clear.
I like Brock Purdy a lot. He comes across as just a good, godly Christian kid, but he's not as good a quarterback without Debo, McCaffrey, IU, Kittle. Like, that's why he was good, because they had one of the
skill players around him.
Yeah, all the
because most quarterbacks aren't.
Okay. But you get what I'm saying. Like, some guys are blessed with a lot. Other guys don't have much, and they make the most out of it. And he's a kid. Again, love the kid.
Born on third base.
What you're saying is he's not Tom Brady.
And he's got Kyle Shanahan as his head coach, who's one of the best offensive minds in football. So if that's the route Lynch want to go, by all means, go about it. Don't think it's going to pan out for you on the end, just to be honest.
Well, I agree with you, unfortunately. Depends on where your perspective is. Unfortunately, well, I mean, it depends on where your perspective is. The 49ers championship window probably is close.
It's gone. I hate that for Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah.
And
that's where I was kind of coming from.
And I guess BA too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see it happening. Maybe they make some trades. Maybe they draft some guys out of the. But I think it's close.
How does Detroit get better based on this? That's the question. I ain't figured that out.
They're trying to get Garrett. Aiden Hutchinson's like openly saying, "Hey, Miles, come to Detroit."
All right. Is that it for the SEC update?
Did you congratulate Laura Rutledge on her multi-year extension with ESPN yet?
No, I have not.
Gonna add that.
I'll
in there.
text her here in just a minute.
I figured she's within the SEC, so I figured you'd text her that.
All right. That's your SEC updates brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. They've opened a second location. You'll find this one in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, right across from the courthouse. If you're in Sequoia or LaFleur counties, they are there and licensed in Oklahoma to help you. And not only does Jackie handle family law that we often talk about, but 13 years of experience with car wrecks, slips and falls, dog bites, civil, criminal, you name it. Jackie is there to help you. And they also understand that, times are hard for some right now. And if you're working class like most of us, you can't just pony up $5,000 for a retainer at the last place you went by. So they get it, and they've set it up with flat fee services, low down payments, and monthly payment plans that make it affordable for you to use the great services at Mock Legal Solutions. And right now, if you're going through divorce or custody issues, the laws have changed, and the default now is joint custody. So you don't have to be afraid to go to trial. And Jackie's had a lot of success for guys there as well. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com to read more about Jackie. And now the 2 locations, Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and, of course, in Fort Smith. And here's the one number you can call to set your appointment, 479-769-1505, 479-769-1505, or mocklegalsolutions.com.
Brad in Springdale puts him back on my assertion, said Purdy did very well with Jawan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. You might want to recheck your facts. Well, I disagree, Brad. But if you're a 49ers fan and you believe that, then power to you. JT would rather have him in Dallas talking about Brock Purdy than their current quarterback, Dak Prescott.
You know, the Dolphins, they got ranked as the #1 best organization in football in terms of like players and stuff like that. That's right. So that means they're going to win a championship, right? Yeah, give me a frickin' break.
Did you see? All right, so they come out with these. I'm glad you brought that up, Colton. Have you seen any of these, Tommy? They come out with these rankings every year of like how they think about the GM, how they think about how the owners and how they treat it and stuff. Like Cincinnati got ranked as like the worst food. Kansas City, by the way, the Hunts do not receive good feedback the last couple of years, and yet they're in the Super Bowl every single season, by the way. But that is funny, Colton.
So if you're at the top of that list, is there a correlation that the better you treat them and all of these things, that the better results you get? Or
I'll tell you who the top 2 are: the Dolphins and the Vikings. What do you think? No,
they're the softer you are, probably the less hungry you are to win. Maybe you could draw that correlation.
For example, the Patriots, they're ranked 31st because of their travel. Their team plane still has ashtrays. So that's why they're ranked 31st.
That's pretty crazy. I did not know that. Hey, I do want to give a quick shout. Do you get on Facebook in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the first things I do.
That's what generally. I do. I always pop up and I always check, hey, whose birthday is today? I want to give a special birthday shout out to Carrie Wright, our friend at Herman's this morning. 50, number
Nick
50
actually
today.
texted me today. I said, hey, you cook Carrie something good today.
Yes.
Which is probably every day for her.
I wanted to, again, not only congratulate Carrie on number 50, but I also want to give credit to Nick because I remember having this conversation with him on my birthday at Herman's for lunch. And he was like, guys starting to click. And it's like, it's not good. I don't know if he used the word turbulence, but it's like, it's not going to be great initially. And now, you're seeing what's happening, kind of what Cal every year, into February, hopefully early March. Again, we're not at the end of the tunnel yet when it comes to this team and everything, but he was pretty spot on. And Cal comes to see him like he did when he was in Lexington, and I would guess that Cal's coming to see him pretty consistently. So happy 50th birthday, Carrie Wright.
I wish I could get by Herman's. I could use some of that mac and cheese today.
Yes,
I would. I'm not just saying it, but that mac and cheese at Herman's is, I don't know how you don't like fat mac and cheese. You're not a mac and cheese fan. I don't get that. It's why we have trust issues.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, Nick's mac and cheese is,
I respect you and love
really
you, Nick. I'm not eating your mac and cheese. Just telling you.
I'll eat his portion, Nick.
Also want to bring this up, make you two both uncomfortable this morning as married men. Kate Hudson admits that she flirts with everybody, and her fiance is okay with it. I met the right guy.
Who is her fiance?
I don't know. And it sounds like a cuck in this case.
She's top of my list.
Would you flirt
Kate Hudson
with Kate Hudson as married men?
Yes.
Because she apparently does as a married woman.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with taking a few practice swings. You just don't have to step up into the box.
My one of the best lines I've ever heard from one of my friend's dad growing up is this gal walked by, and of course me and my buddy are just staring at her the whole time she's walking by. And he turns back because he knew what we were doing. He turns back and looks at us and it's like, well, what's the thing about being married, man? You can look, but you can never touch. That was, to this day, we're in a Sonic drive-through line or whatever. I will remember that quote for the rest of my life. But it sounds like, Tommy, Colton, would you flirt with Kate Hudson if she flirted with you?
If she flirted with me first, like that, absolutely, you have to return return the favor.
Necessity.
Yeah. Would I go up and say on the street if I saw her? No, not a chance.
No.
I'd run away.
It's good to know. So if you do see Kate Hudson in public and she flirts with you like she apparently does, just know it's okay because she started it and she did it first.
Your husband's
and if your wife gets mad, blame Tommy because he's okay with it too. Apparently in this situation,
I think even my wife would be okay with it.
It's one of those hall pass circumstances.
Yeah, Kate Hudson.
Who's hers?
What's the movie she was in where they were searching for that buried treasure?
Fool's Gold.
Wow. Have you seen that? Apparently you have, because it came right to you.
Her and McConaughey, they're great together.
Oh.
Even though I thought as a kid, I thought they were married. They have really good chemistry on screen.
Guys, come closer to the radio out here. If you haven't seen Fool's Gold, do yourself a favor and watch that movie. I'm not saying it's like one of the best written
Take
scripts.
a cold shower after.
Rich in
Mahogany.
deep thought and it's not a cliffhanger, but you'll enjoy. That was shot in Hawaii, right? You'll enjoy the scenery. So wonderful,
and the
movie.
acting.
Fool's Gold. Download it, rent it, own it. Put it on the DVR. And that's what you need to do.
Physical media of it.
Yeah. All right, we're brought to you by LureNet.com. If you are looking to load up the tackle box for this spring, LureNet.com has all your favorite brands like Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and a lot more, and exclusive deals that you won't find anywhere else. Exclusive baits you won't find anywhere else as well on your favorite brands. Plus free shipping on all U.S. orders over $35. So get to LureNet.com and load up your tackle box and get some treasures for you and your buddies. That's LureNet.com.
So the good thing about the Morning Rush is we have a wide array of listeners, including a guy I referenced earlier, Dr. Steve Heim, who was listening this morning. And he said, we're talking back to a dude's knee. If the MRI, and he hasn't seen the MRI, he made sure to, again, put an asterisk on this. He said the MRI shows nothing structurally torn. And again, he hasn't seen it. And if it's just soreness, he's good to go in about 10 days. But once again, he stresses he has not seen the MRI. According to Razorback Basketball, Adu Thero hyperextended his knee, and he's going to continue to be evaluated. Surgery not expected. No timetable for his return. Hopefully sooner than later. But the team showed you last night, not only they can compete, they can still win without him. Now, do I think Arkansas basketball is better off without Adu being on the floor? Absolutely not. I think you'd be crazy to insinuate that. But, again, give these guys credit. They battled and won last night. We'll see what they do in Columbia, South Carolina on Saturday. One more segment of the Morning Rush coming up here on a Thursday. Arkansas 86, Texas 81. Man, that feels good. Last segment coming up.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here. HitThatLine.com.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
You all know if I have an off day, I'm going somewhere.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
Join us for the legendary adventure Mystery at the Forest on Saturday, April 26th. Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center invites you to share this magical evening of excitement, mystery, and fun. If you are a business or individual looking to sponsor a heartfelt organization or to buy tickets, please visit our Facebook page for more information or call our office at 479-452-2260.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Ready to explore beyond the beaten path? Discover the Range Rover lineup at Land Rover of Little Rock. Experience handcrafted luxury with the capability to take on any adventure. The elegant Range Rover offers unmatched performance and first-class luxury. The Range Rover is built for every journey. Visit Land Rover of Little Rock today and explore our incredible Range Rover selection. Plus, take advantage of our promotions and recently revamped service department. Visit us at 25 Colonel Glenn Plaza Drive or log on at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Where are you going?
In the game. Sit down. What do you mean? You gotta have 5 out there.
Sit down. Sit. Coach, need one more. My team's on the floor. What are you trying to do?
All right, I got bad news. We were talking about Little Hollywood last segment with Kate Hudson. Bad news is Gene Hackman at 95 was found by police dead in their home in Santa Fe. Him, his wife, his dog. Don't know the cause just yet. I know we had a text earlier. Carbon monoxide, I think was what the texter saying. But this was from the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office. We do not believe foul play was a factor in their deaths. However, the exact cause of death has not been determined at this time. So earlier in the show, we talked about, hey, what about Gene Hackman movies? That's, of course, an iconic scene from Hoosiers. You've got plenty of great ones. I mean, Tommy gave me about 5 or 6 movies that I need to watch when it comes to
Crimson Tide, Enemy of the State.
Okay, I still haven't seen that one.
Hoosiers, you've seen it. Yeah, I would put it way up there. What was the other one I told you?
Sorry, I have seen Enemy State. Hadn't seen Behind Enemy Lines.
Behind Enemy Lines? All
that
right.
was the one. There's plenty of them. Unforgiven, Mississippi Burning, really Runaway Jury was the other one you
Runaway
said.
Jury, yeah, that's the one we didn't.
French Connection.
Dustin Hoffman's in that with Gene Hackman. I watched that the other night. I've seen it 15 times.
Good.
Great movie. Runaway Jury. Yeah.
It's a good actor. Not just Norman Dale, not just known for that movie, but yep, 95. It's wild. Didn't know he was living in Santa Fe, but Apparently he was.
Yeah. Hey, we're brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, your number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. So whether you're working on a small residential project and you're a contractor needing ready-mix brought to the site to finish up a sidewalk or a driveway, and I know I was talking to a friend of mine the other day in Fayetteville. They were pouring a sidewalk, and apparently if you don't get it just right, you've got some issues up there. If you're off more than like a quarter inch, and APAC can help walk you through all that with their construction consultant services that will keep your small projects and your large ones on track and make sure everything is done right, because you don't have to redo this stuff. It's never cheap, and it's always frustrating going through any kind of project like this. That's why you need the experts at APAC. 479-587-3300. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
Two shots for Jonas, 7.3 to play. Two shots on the ball for the Razorbacks. First free throw's good. The lead is 3. Second one by Jonas is good. Stepped up there, calmly drained them both. 85-81, 7.3 to play in overtime. Now the Razorbacks are going to get the ball.
Good call from Chuck there. Good job from Razorback basketball media putting that out. And great call from the officials. How about making the right call?
Finally got you thinking
upgrading
straight.
from a common foul to a flagrant one. Should have been called, was called, and seal the deal. Not only that, but great call. DJ gets to the rack right before OT, gets fouled, makes 1 or 2 free throws, sends the game to overtime. And here we are, 86-81 the final. Arkansas, now 69, sweeping Texas. And a happy, jubilant fan base this morning here as they embark on trying to win their third straight game for the first time since December, this Saturday against South Carolina.
Man, when you missed the free throw and you avoided Texas scoring at the end of regulation, I didn't know if you had enough gas in the tank to win this one. But they did. And Texas came out, buried a 3 right off the bat in overtime, battled back. I mean, built you a little lead there finally back. I mean, I didn't think they had enough left in the tank. And I was just thinking, man, I'm proud of this team and how they played, even if they come up short. Obviously we were even prouder of the win, but, man, they played their hearts out with 7 guys last night.
Mm-hmm. And
gutsy.
Yep, gutsy for this team. Don't know about to do this Saturday. Can you match that same energy? You got a quick turnaround. You made the point earlier. Quickest turnaround of anyone.
Yep.
This weekend.
Late on Wednesday, early on Saturday. You got to fly.
Yeah. South Carolina, Columbia, farthest in the S. I mean, there's just there's some things. Cal will. I don't know if we'll hear from him tomorrow. He's not feeling well. That's why we've heard from Chuck Martin and Kenny Payne this morning from last night's stuff. But hopefully he feels better. Hopefully the team plays just as an energized game, because you can't sleepwalk in Columbia, because if you do, they're going to do the same thing to you as they did in Texas a week or so ago.
So need to make some hay. Keep building that confidence. The spring weather got you thinking about. Hang on, his phone was ringing in my pocket. I was trying to dig it out. Hey, if you're craving something sweet, this warmer weather's got me kind of feeling like spring and summer. Isn't that distracting when your phone's ringing in your pocket and you can't get to it and you're trying to talk? Drives me nuts.
And
anyway.
You have the Apple Watch, too, that vibrates.
It's vibrating, too. Hey, Andy's Frozen Custards. It feels like spring. I know it's still winter, but I want to get there today. Maybe have a vanilla custard with a Heath bar mixed in. But they've got a variety of ones. You put brownie in it. You can put Butterfinger in it. You can do a lot of different things with Andy's Frozen Custards. And you can get the Mix and Match Pick 6, where you can pick 6 of your favorite flavors. They have 2 locations in Conway, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, and JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock as well. Plus, you can download the Andy's app and have it ready for you when you get there. Walk up or drive through. They're ready to serve you. That's Andy's Frozen Custards, Conway, North Little Rock, and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Do have good news. Joe Lenardi, who has Arkansas as the last 4 bye, what that means is you're not playing in a play-in game, according to him, if the tournament started tomorrow. He's going to join us with Clay tomorrow at 10:30. So we'll get to hear the latest bracketology from ESPN's best, Joe Lenardi, get some thoughts on what Arkansas has to do in these next 3 regular season games and the SEC tournament to be a surefire team that makes the NCAA tournament. A lot of confidence in this team and how they played. Got to give credit to a bunch of guys, and we'll see if, again, they can bring out some of that same intensity for this game Saturday in Columbia, South Carolina. Appreciate everyone joining us today here on the Morning Rush. Again, keep Tom Murphy in your prayers. He wasn't able to join us today, wasn't feeling great. He's our guy, and we all love him, so just keep him in your prayers. For Tommy Kraft, for Colton Little, I'm Ty Richardson, Matt Jones, Phil Elson. Halftime coming up next year on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com and our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet